What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. Y'all know what it is. Your boy CJ Goodfella back on the boxing grind. Talking about some Deontay Wilder and Dominic Breazeale. It's not a given that Dominic Breazeale is going to be next. But more than likely he could be next. According to Wilder, I don't want to see him be next. I'd rather see Wilder fight Big Baby Miller or POV. I think he need to go that route. But if he got to fight Breazeale next, I don't know how Breazeale became a mandatory by beating Eric Molina. And Eric Molina was barely ranked inside the top 15. But if it's a fight, it got a good backstory to it. Dominic Breazeale was on one of the Wilder's undercards, and Breazeale and Deontay Wilder's little brother, Marcellus Wilder, got into some words. From what I understand, after Breazeale fought, I guess while Wilder was fighting, they got into a war of words. And don't forget, they was in the home state of Deontay Wilder. And I guess Breazeale got a little bit too disrespectful. And, I think they was at their hotel, and Wilder team ran up on them. And, Marcellus allegedly punched Dominic Breazeale, and he's suing Deontay Wilder for those malice acts, and saying that his family was permanently scarred, from that, and they'd never get over the fact that what happened, and it was in front of his wife, in front of his kids. But at the end of the day, you out here talking reckless in somebody else's home state. And just like he was talking to Anthony Joshua and getting too reckless and getting too close, and Joshua said, man, back up. You're doing too much. And Breazeale doing too much. He trying to be a tough guy when that ain't him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no tough guy. He can take a good punch. But, you ain't no gangster. You ain't getting your hands dirty, and you don't got that respect or that clout to be going to somebody else's home state and talking reckless and don't know what they about. And them goons ran up on him. You know what I'm saying? He got, he got what he got smacked in the mouth, basically. On that premise, if I'm Deontay Wilder, that's a conflict of interest, in my opinion. I'm not about to work with nobody, help somebody else get paid who's suing me. And plus, this dude ain't even no top name, really. He a good name, but he ain't no top guy where that's gonna really pull, But obviously, you do want to get your hands on somebody that's trying to take money from you, trying to sue you, and trying to hurt you. So, you don't want to make money with him, but you're gonna have to do what you got to do. And I think if he fights Breazeale, he needs to get 2 fights in this year. You need to fight Breazeale sometime in September and come back in December and try to get Big Baby Miller or somebody else in the ring, you know what I'm saying? Or negotiate with POV, but like, you know what? I know you're trying to run your contract out with Sutherland. You know what? Forget the IBF route. We're going to see if the WBC, you hop in this Vital Drug Person program, you get ranked in the WBC, and we'll fight in December. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you could take a soft touch on my undercard. We could feature in the United States, and then in December, we can have a fight. You can get a WBC title shot. You ain't got to wait on Joshua. That's what I would do. But as far as this fight, Breazeale got the height, and Breazeale is tough. I think Breazeale probably got the best chin at heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? But he took a lot of punches to the head, man. A lot of punches to the head. And I think he's been softened up. Joshua, plowed his head in. He took a lot of punishment, I think, versus Amir Mansour. He was getting worked in the Amir Mansour fight till he broke his jaw. He just took a lot of punishment, And it ain't been, he's improved as a fighter, but his jaw, he relies on his jaw a lot, man. His jaw gets him through a lot. He's tough and he can punch. He's a big guy. His height in his jaw, but he don't use his height well. So this won't be like Jared Washington fainting and keeping Wilder at bay. And the reason that happened, obviously, Jared Washington had some height with him. But Wilder was coming off 2 injuries. I think a hand injury and a shoulder injury or something like that. And you remember Wilder was a guy that was fighting like every other month sometimes, trying to get that amateur background, trying to compensate for not having an amateur background. So he was used to being active, but we'll see, man. Breazeale, he's been talking a lot about Wilder. He was talking a lot about Joshua. He got put in his place in that fight. So he like getting put in his place, man. And Wilder wants to really, really hurt him, and that can help him. That can help Breazeale. By this dude coming in reckless and wild. If you patient enough, you ain't scared enough. If you can punch in between some of them wild punches, you might can catch Wilder on the jaw. I think Breazeale got enough pop to hurt Wilder. He got enough jaw to withstand some of Wilder's power and give it back. But you never know. I mean, he ain't never fought a puncher like Wilder though. You know, he fought Joshua, which I don't think he's the puncher Wilder is. He's fought Amir Mansour, who's a dynamic puncher with speed as well, but he ain't really got the leverage that Wilder gets on his punches. So it's an interesting fight just because of the backstory and because of Breazeale's chin, and also I guess people use that as a barometer to see if Wilder can knock out Breazeale quicker than Joshua did, and stuff of that nature. I guess you getting the inner workings, but it's a fight that I'm really not excited for. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna never fake the funk with y'all. I'm not excited for it, bro. But I'm gonna support Deontay Wilder, but I'd rather him fight. Honestly, I'd rather him fight Miller or Pulev, to end the year off and fight them 2 times, September, December, and then sometime next year come back and fight Breazeale just to get the mandatory out the way. And after that, maybe chips fall where they fall with Pavek and the Joshua situation. You know what I'm saying? If not them, just continue to trim the fat around the division. If Dillian White and Joseph Parker want it, even win or lose, as long as they don't take too much damage, I line them up. I just keep destroying the fat around the division until Joshua had no more chance at no more opponents to run up on. I'll be fighting 3 or 4 or 5 times a year from Wilder, and that should be the game plan. But so this ain't a fight that I'm looking forward to, but it's a solid fight. I'll tune in. Maybe a Barclay fight, maybe somewhere out West Coast to expand Wilder's brand. Breazeale is from California, so you might want to see him make him pay, in front of his fans. But appreciate everybody for tuning in. Don't forget, I got the new college sports page popping off, S1210, College Football's Most Wanted, Me, the Cali Enigma, and Colossal Sports TV. The link is in the description. The Box Cleanse on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter if you need to get at me, because I'm not really going through the comments like that no more. Ignorant and disrespectful comments. Those links are in the description. Please subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know we upload and go live. We go live in a little bit. It's a scorcher outside where I'm at today, 97 with humidity, so I'm being a crib one time for the one time. We out.